Skippy Jon Johns by Judy Schrockner. Every morning, Skippy Jon Johns woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Miss Doohickeys' bird bath." The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "just about what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippy Jon Johns began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed.
"Oh, I'm Skippy Jon Johns, and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head."
On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippy Jon Johns shot past his bedroom mirror.
"Holy guacamole! What is that?"
exclaimed Skippy Jon Johns. And so he went on again, and again it happened. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said,
"My ears are too big for my head, and my head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I'm a Chihuahua."
Back on land, Skippy Jon Johns climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and soared and climbed onto his mouse, Skippy Jon Johns began to sing in a mew mew soft voice.
"My name is Skippy Frosquito, and I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow, and I am sweet as jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo."
Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippy Jon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." In fact, Skippy Jon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterious band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust.
"Ay, caramba! Who goes there?"
asked Skippy Jon Johns.
"We go by the name of the Los Chimichangos."
"Who are you?" "I am El Scapito, the great sword fighter."
Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up.
"Why, the mosquito, dude.
"I go incognito."
Do you like rice and beans?"
"See, I like mice and beans."
"He might be the dog of our dreams," whispered Rosalita. "Perhaps," said Tia Mia, "if he knows the secret password."
Leaning towards Don Diego, El Scapito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear.
Choo! Bless you.
"Gracias."
Then is it true? Yippee! It's the end of Alfredo Pazito. Skipito is here. We have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad completo.
Then all of the Chihuahuas went crazy loco. First, they had a fiesta. Then they took a siesta. But after waking up, the chimichangas got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bulbulito for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangas, so great that one could hear a whisper drop.
Alfredo Bazito. El blimbo bumblito bandito. See? Said Poquito to Tito. The bandito steals our free jewels. Not your beans, cried Skippito outraged. See, Poquito continued.
Red beans, black beans, Boston baked beans, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, and pito jelly too. And now he comes for us.
Pourquoi?
Because we are full of beans too.
Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared,
Yo quiero frilos.
Huh?
The dude just wants the black beans.
And you are the dog for the job. Me?
asked Skippito. Then all of the chimichangas turned towards Skippito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippito had no time for a plan because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangas scattered in all directions.
Vamos, Skippito.
Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then in a mew-mew soft voice, he said,
My name is Scapito, and Frisquito I fear, not a single bandito!
But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Skippito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face.
Holy frajoli!
Cried Skippito as he thrust his sword in the air. Suddenly, pop went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword, and quicker than one could see, chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bazito, the bumblebeeto bandito. Then all the doggies burst into song.
Yippee! Yippee! Yippito! Our hero, El Scapito, is here. He's the dog of our dreams, who delivered the beans. And now we can make our burritos.
But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippy Jon's room that Mama June Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Banguito, Crashito, Papito, Scapito! Just in time to see Skippy Jon's closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippy Jon Johns! Everyone cried.
Holy muchacho!
He said in a mew-mew soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippy Jon and covered his head with furry purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippy Jon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed.
Oh, I'm Skippy Jon Johns with a mind of my own. And I'll bounce on my bed for hours, for I know I'm a cat. But forget about that.
Say good night, Skippy Jon Jones called his mama.
Buenos noches, mi amigo.